So whatever the data given to us, we will mention it first. The following test results were obtained while performing brake test on 250 volt DC shunt motor. So first data is this. So 250 volt is the supply voltage of this machine. Reading of the spring balance on tight side. The tight side will be mentioned by W1. It's 38 kg. The reading of the spring balance reading, it's reading 2 times. On the slack side, it's 11.1 kg. So W2 is 11.1 kg. Diameter of the brake drum, the diameter of this drum D, that is equal to 700 mm. Thickness of the belt, the thickness of the belt is new thing for us. We will call this is the thickness of the belt. We will call it X. So the thickness of the belt is given to us as 10. Speed of the motor N, that is 750 rpm. Then armature current IA, that is 30 ampere. Field current IF, that is 2.7 ampere. And now we need to find the data. What data we need to find? Output horsepower. So we need to calculate output power in HP and the motor efficiency. So this example is quite a bit similar to the previous one, right? But there is some small difference because the different data is given to us. So let's understand the difference. So first of all, I have drawn this diameter. So what does it mean by diameter and effective diameter? See, this is the diameter D. Now if we talk about the effective diameter, what does this mean? Effective diameter is this, the center of this belt to the center of this belt. This distance is known as D dash, is effective diameter. So the small different detail is given to us, right? Because whenever we are calculating the radius, we need to calculate the radius from this effective diameter to calculate the torque. So you will understand this thing in few minutes why we did this. We'll go for solution. So let's write the equation for the output. It's 2 pi n TSH divided by 60. So the equation to calculate the torque, because the only unknown quantity over here is torque. So if we want to calculate the torque TSH, the equation for that is W1 minus W2 into R, and this R is effective radius. So to calculate effective radius, we need to use the effective diameter. And how to get this effective diameter? We need to add something. This is the diameter. The effectiveness is half of this and half of this. So to calculate effective diameter, we can write the equation as total diameter D plus the total thickness over here is x. So the half of this is x by 2 plus total width is x and the half of this is x by 2. So it's d plus x. D is 700 mm and x is 10 mm, so it's total 710 mm. So the effective diameter is 710 mm. So if we calculate the radius from this, our effective radius is d dash by 2. So it's 710 by 2. 350, 350, 700. So 355, 355, 710. So it's 355 mm. But when we use r in this equation, we need to use the unit meter. So we need to convert this mm into meter, and everybody knows that from mm to meter, if we want to convert, multiply it by 10 raised to minus 3. So this gives us r 0.355 meter. So this is the equation of r. This is how we got the r, right? And now we place the value of r, and then we'll start calculating the shaft torque. So the r is 0.355, W1 that is 38 minus 11.1, then after multiply it with r 0.355. Just quickly calculate this thing. 38 minus 11.1 gives us this, and multiplied by 0.355 gives us 9.549. So we'll take it as 9.55. So TSH is equal to 9.55 kg into meter. This is in kg. Why it is kg into meter? Because this is in kg and this is in meter. The difference is in kg, this is in meter. So kg into meter. And I want to convert it in Newton meter, so I will multiply it by 9.81. And that will give me, multiplied by 9.81, that will give me 93.68. So we'll take it as 93.7. 93.7 Newton meter. It's shaft torque. So very good, Saurabh and Parth. Good answer. Now once we are ready with shaft torque, we will place the value and calculate the output. So the output is 2 into 3.14 into n, that is the speed, 750 rpm, and multiplied by 93.7 torque divided by 60. Let's just calculate this thing. 93.680 multiplied by 750 multiplied by 3.14 and multiplied by 2 divided by 60. So 7353.92. This is the answer, 7353.2. This is in watt. If I want to convert it in HP, I need to divide it by 735.5. So divide it by 735.5 and that gives us 9.9985. So we'll take it as 9.99 only. 9.99 HP, or we can directly take it as 10 HP. There is no issue if you take it as 10 HP, right? So now we are ready with the output. We only need to calculate the efficiency. So let's calculate the efficiency. The equation for efficiency is nothing but the output divided by input. The output we have calculated and the input is supply voltage into supply current. This is supply voltage, but here we have two current, armature current and field current. So first we need to observe which is this motor. It is DC shunt motor. So let me show you the construction of DC shunt motor quickly. This is the shunt winding and this is the armature winding, right? The current flowing over here is known as armature current and the current flowing over here is known as field current. So to calculate input power we require to have supply voltage V as well as line current IL, and from this equation we can write that line current IL is equal to IF plus IA. So the amount of armature current is 30 ampere and field current is 2.7 ampere. So total it's 32.7 ampere. So this is our total current. So from this if we calculate input power V into IL, supply voltage is 250 volt, 250 multiplied by 32.7. So 250 multiplied by 32.7, it's 8175. So we have the input, we have the output. So the efficiency is output by input. Let's place the input over here, 8175, and output is 7353.2. So I want to calculate this in percentage, so I'll multiply it by 100 and will directly write the percentage efficiency. 7353.2 divided by 8175, and that gives us 0.8994, and if we convert it in percentage it will give us 89.94%. So this is the finding, and this is our first finding. So this is how you can calculate the output and efficiency from Brecht test.